All right, everybody, here we are, the stock market for today. What an awesome day. My goodness. Range 83 and 3/4, another big day. Upper left-hand corner, this is October 6th, 2021. Today is Wednesday. And you can see this is the E-mini S&P 500 futures. Now, just for the record, I usually trade the E-micro. Now, I said yesterday that I was going to be kind of patient in the middle of this cycle, and I was true to my word. I didn't close any positions today, so I didn't take any. I shouldn't say I didn't close any positions today. I'm just kind of waiting to see what the middle of this cycle is going to do. And today kind of gave us a pretty good indication. Look at this candlestick, guys. Huge candlestick. 83 and 3/4. Yeah, nice big candlestick. It came all the way down and touched this lower, kind of a little bit of a trend line going on down here. Higher lows, and for a while we had lower highs until today. Today finished really strong. You'll notice this body, let me clear the screen here. If you take a close look at this lower body of this candlestick right here, you'll notice it's not down here along this line. Look at all these other ones. The bodies are all close, fairly close to this trend line right here, right? Not trend line, but this lower channel, right? Not this one. This one's way up here. So that's a pretty strong day. Finished really strong. Look at all these other days. You had really high, or you had fairly significant upper wicks. That one and that one and that one, all of them, right? All of these previous 5 candlesticks, they all had significant, fairly significant upper wicks. Not today. Almost no upper wick. So this candlestick in of itself was pretty strong. Okay, let's look down here. The Big Daddy shirt is showing that things are going to go up. So we're kind of keep an eye on that. But the big one that's kind of confirming that there might be some more upward price movement is the stochastic momentum index. We're beginning to see we got a crossover today and we got some separation. So I wouldn't be surprised that tomorrow we might get another candlestick up like that. It might even be a really big one. Might be a big one. Okay, down here by the VIX, you can see Monday was 22.96. Then on Tuesday, 21.3, and today, 21. So the VIX is slowly, between yesterday and today, trying to become less volatile. So makes sense, right? Price came up today, volatility came down a little bit. Okay. So, I was looking at a possibility earlier before this day finished real strong of what we call a symmetrical wedge, which would be kind of like that, okay? And you got that line right there. But today busted through that. The close of the day just busted right through any idea of a little tiny symmetrical wedge. So I think we can, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we can kind of kiss that symmetrical wedge goodbye. If for some reason tomorrow the price, which stays contained and comes out and touches this line, that's a different story. That would be more weakness if it does one of those deals. Big candlestick, but touches the line. That'd be, that would not be a sign of strength. That'd be just like more sideways churn. But if I had to guess between the two, I'd say tomorrow is going to be an up day, and it might even be a big one. I would think we're going to get an up day. There might be a tail in here and some stuff coming down like that. I don't really know. Who knows? Let's say tonight, in about 45 minutes or so, half an hour, it opens up right there. Okay. Let's say it opens where we closed, at 43.55-ish. It might even gap up, not gap up, but yeah, it could gap up actually. Let's say it opens up a little bit higher, which would not surprise me with this kind of strong of a candlestick, right? You know how buyers are. Once they get a sniff of positive momentum, they tend to jump on it, which is great. So for those of you that want to trade long, I definitely keep an eye on tomorrow. That might be an opportunity. I'm not sure I'm going to trade long tomorrow because I really want to keep an eye on this cycle and see what it does. Based on today's candlestick and looking at some of the strength, maybe we're starting to get a little bit of a picture that this is going to come up here. Somewhere up in here. Who knows how high, how far? Okay. If it gets above the top of that box kind of area, That'd be pretty strong. You can see here I got the cycle low somewhere, guys, between October 18th and 24th, just depending on which contract you're looking at. If you're looking at the continuous contract, then the cycle low ends on the 24th. Okay? If you're looking at the contract I'm looking at now, specifically the December contract, it ends around the 18th. So I'm not really sure which one is going to be the end of the cycle, though I'm tending to lean towards the 18th, okay, because it just seems to be a little bit more accurate. So somewhere, one of those two dates is the cycle low, okay? You can see it's right here. So this cycle, as I said yesterday, I talked about how I broke some rules yesterday in my trading, but you can just see how the pricing just consolidated here and just tracked sideways. But this today looks pretty strong. It looks like it's breaking out of this consolidation. But tomorrow will give us confirmation. Like I said, if it's just one of those deals, then we're still just churning sideways, and then that would give more weight towards this just churning sideways and going down as we get closer and closer to the 18th. But if we get that, like I said, if we get that positive day, that starts up like that, or even opens up above today's close and goes up like that, then yeah, that's going to be very strong momentum, and then we'll just see how far up it goes. Does it get above this top of this box, which is really just the top of this candlestick right here at the top of that one, okay, which is kind of like high 43s. I don't know exactly what it is, somewhere up in there, whatever that is, like 43.80, 43.90, something like that. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, to see overnight. The futures opens up at like in a half an hour here. I guess I'm recording this about 4:30 Central Standard Time in the great state of Texas. Okay, so we'll see what this does. I suspect tomorrow will be a green day. That's what I think is going to happen. But in this market, guys, let's not forget what we got going on here. Right? We got that going on. Just down. So unless this gets really strong, which it could, over the next, like the rest of this week, Thursday and Friday of this week, even going into next week, if it gets really strong and starts breaking out up into here and doing that kind of stuff, and just has some monster candlesticks like these guys, and comes up and touches this line, overall that's kind of typical behavior. It would be expected behavior. I would say it's, I wouldn't say it's strong, like in the sense that we're gonna reach all-time highs or anything, but it would be typical to come up here and touch this trend line. Okay. If, however, it does bing Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, gets up into this area, and all that's strong, and just starts printing out monster green days all in a row, which would take a lot. But if it did one of those deals, then it's game on for all-time high, right? If it gets up doing one of these, if it tracks like two or three, especially if we see above this trend line, guys, if we get a green day like that up in this area, then game on. That's game on for some really strength. And then if it gets above that, like I said, that's all-time high area up there. Which, do I think that's likely? Probably not. I think we're going to get up into here somewhere. I don't know exactly how high. It might just end up in the box and then come down. It might end up coming up to the red trend line, then come down. Okay, I don't think we're going to get too much above this red trend line, but it's too early to say for sure. So that's my best guess for tomorrow, guys. I didn't close any positions today because I kept true to my word. That in the middle of the cycle, I'm just kind of playing it cool. I want to see what this thing does for the next couple days. If tomorrow's a big green day, okay, I might take a nibble. Okay. Listen, guys and gals, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. Now's the time. I always show my profit and loss on this channel if I close a position. Today's one of those days where I just kind of wait and see. But go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to click that little bell so you get notified of all the videos. I'll put them out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.